Hey guys, John here. It's time for another unboxing video, and the last time I did one of these is like months ago. It's a long time ago, but for this product, I felt like I needed to do an unboxing because number one, it's a product that we do need to talk about, and number two, there's another cool little product in here that's totally unrelated to that other product. Now, I'm doing this as if you haven't seen any spoilers, but the thumbnail and the title will very likely say what's inside of this box. So, spoiler alert, there's a Kemper Stage Mark II in this box, and I bought it from Thomann, which is awesome. Of course, Thomann is my affiliate partner, so if you want to buy something from Thomann, including a new Kemper Mark II, please use my affiliate links, as that really helps out the channel. I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, I bought this myself from my own money because I'm just very curious, and I want to see what's up with the new Kemper Mark II. While I unbox this box, I'm also going to talk a little bit about my past experience with Kemper, because if you know my channel and if you know me well, you're going to think, John, why the hell did you get another Kemper? Because in the past, I had at least two Kempers, maybe three. I don't remember exactly, but at least two. I had the toaster head, and then I also had the stage at one point for a little while. And the first time when I got the Kemper, I wasn't even trying the whole profiling thing. I think it's a long time ago. I just, wanted to try profiles that others had made, right? And the second time when I got the stage, I definitely wanted to profile my own amplifiers. But for some reason, with every amp that I tried, or most of the amps that I tried, I just couldn't get good results in terms of accuracy, right? And then the Quad Cortex came along, Tonex came along, and all of a sudden I was like, so there definitely are other methods out there that you can use to create very accurate profiles or captures or whatnot. So I was always a little bit, critical of the Kemper because of that, because of the fact that some amplifiers just could not be profiled at all. Like rectifiers, it had a really hard time with, for example. Others did sound pretty nice. However, other things about the Kemper definitely were very nice. I'm not a heavy effects user, but I know that a lot of people out there use effects, and that's important to them. And of course, I also make content for you guys. And when I had the stage, it wasn't capable of functioning as an audio interface and stuff like that, which it can now do, which is wonderful. Since an update, I think last year, along with the liquid profiling and stuff, which is cool, But for me, it was always like, I'm not going to get a Kemper unless they update the profiling, which they now are going to do. So this is a brand new Mark II, which was announced last week or something. So it's a very new product. They made some changes, I think, in terms of the processing power, so you can load up more effects and stuff like that. But for now, the profiling engine hasn't been updated yet, but they will. They will update it in the summer, and it's going to be the most accurate amp profiling or amp capture technology ever made or something, according to, what they are saying, right? So that's interesting. I'm not going to lie. I was intrigued. So I was like, you know what? Even if it's just for you guys, the viewers, I'm going to get a Kemper Mark II and see what's up. Because the funny thing is, a couple months ago, I'm going to keep talking because I want to get this out of my system, right? A couple months ago, I was thinking, and I even did a post, a community post on YouTube about this. Maybe I should get another Kemper and see what's up, make some profiles, and, see how well it's holding up now, especially with my new setup, with my ISO cab and stuff that I love a lot, which has made a big difference for me personally when it comes to creating captures and profiles and stuff. And I just wanted to see how it held up, and it could make for some cool content. And now that they released the Mark II, it was like a no-brainer, right? I just had to get one. So you know what? Let's unbox this beast. I've been talking for too long, which is, you guys are hanging here with me in my studio on my channel. So I'm going to talk to you as if you're my friends, right? Which you are. And when I'm talking to my friends about gear, I basically can't stop talking. It's a problem I have. So I guess it's a good thing that I started this channel, right? Okay, so there are two products in here. One of them is a surprise. I'll show you that first. It's a really cool thing, actually. So I bought this thing. This is a Harley Benton talk box. Check it out. Again, I bought this myself because I have a couple of ideas for fun videos that I can do with this. It's such a cool and unique effect. Like one of the first songs that I ever heard with the talkbox must have been The House That Jack Built from Metallica's Load record, one of my favorite records. Woo, I know. Love that song. Love that guitar solo and those riffs. Wow, 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 wow. Killer stuff. Anyway, years ago, I used to have a Banshee from Rocktron, which was really cool, but I sold it. And now I was like, I have an idea for a very cool, fun video. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but this one was pretty affordable. I think it was like 111 euros or something for a talkbox, for a full-fledged talkbox. So again, if you want to get one of these, you can get them at Tomon for like 100 euros or something, which is very cool. They had some other ones from MXR, and I think the Rocktron one for like 200-300 euros. So this was a great deal and a good excuse to make some fun content. So stay tuned for that. All right. Now to the big one, right? The Kemper Stage Mark II. Spoiler alert! Yeah, here we are. Let me get this big box out of the way. Here we go. It's a Kemper Profiler Stage, and the box isn't even, it doesn't even say like Mark II or anything like that. It's just a plain old Kemper box, I guess, which is fine, you know. I do always appreciate it when companies have nice packaging for some reason. I don't know if it even like really matters, but I just like it. And this is just like a box, but that's fine. Check it out. We have Kemper Stage Mark II, of course, since that's what I ordered. Oh, and the weight is supposed to be, it's supposed to be lighter as well than the Mark I. So that is a good thing, I guess. And the color, obviously, is more black. So the previous one was greener. It seems to have some green tints in there. This one is black. Take a look. It's the Kemper Stage Mark II. How cool is that? And it's not super heavy. Definitely seems sturdy. But yeah, there we are. So in terms of the ins and outs, we have an input, return 1 and 2, return 3 and 4, send 1 and 2, main outputs, main XLR, R main L, R mon, oh, that's for the monitors and stuff, SPDIF, in and outs, pedal jacks, 4 pedal jacks, MIDI, USB, power, and yeah. So this is the Mark II. All right, so what am I gonna do? Well, first of all, I'm gonna make a video where I create a profile with like the old or the current profiling tech. And then we're going to see what sort of results I'm going to get. And I'm going to use my real cabinet and stuff, which is my preferred method right now, because it's a lot of fun to capture full rigs, the entire signal chain. Also, because there's an interaction between tube amps and the speaker, impedance interaction, right? So in order to capture all the nuances that a signal chain of a tube amplifier has to offer, you're going to have to capture the whole rig, right? And it's just more fun to plug your guitar in if you're playing through monitors or an FR and get a great and realistic tone right away without having to scroll through IRs and stuff. So that is basically my preferred method of creating captures and profiles right now. If I decide to make some, you know, professional captures or profiles or whatnot, I might do some DI captures in there as well. I'm not sure yet what's going to happen. I'm going to have to rediscover Kemper first. One thing that I really enjoyed when I had the Kemper about the amp blocks or the profile block or whatever it was called are the additional amp controls like the clarity and the definition controls and the sag, which allowed for some really cool tone shaping. So I'm going to have some fun with that. Sometimes I do miss that with the Quad Cortex and with Tone X. Not that it's necessary per se. Sometimes with the Quad Cortex, when I capture an amplifier, I do feel like, I wish I could dial in some definition here, you know, to tighten up the low end a little bit, for example. And I like the fact that the Kemper has that in it. So more controls to fine-tune the tone, if you will. So we're going to have fun. I have one. Don't know if I'm the first on YouTube. Probably not, but I'm happy to have this. I'm excited. Bought this myself. It's not a sponsored video. and we're going to have some fun. So stay tuned for all the content that I'm going to do with this, starting with a video soon in which I'm going to profile one of my amplifiers. What sort of amp should I do? What sort of amp should I profile? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know what else you'd like to see me do with this. And of course, we're going to stay tuned for the new profiling update, which is the most exciting thing to me, with 100,000 points of frequency, something. Sounds promising. Let's see if it's really accurate. In fact, I sent the Kemper folks a message. I said, hey, I have like 64 amps here, 65 amps. If you want me to do some testing for you, I'd be more than happy to. Didn't get a reply, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have been happy to do some beta testing for them. I'm still here if you want, guys. If not, whatever. No problem. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. Is the Kemper going to the next level in terms of profiling accuracy or not? That remains to be seen. Thank you so much for watching. Again, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the Kemper Stage Mark II and what you'd like to see me do and what amp I should profile. If you want to support this channel, as I mentioned, get something in my affiliate links for Thomann, Sweetwater, or Tube Amp Doctor. That would really help out the channel. I know that Thomann has these in stock often, since they already sent out a batch, which is wonderful. Also, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, as that really helps the channel out. And you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.